Okay, Christopher, welcome to Lead Kahuna. This is going to be just a brief walkthrough to show you the two main parts that we'll be working with right now. Part one is finding leads. Part two is messaging leads via email. To find leads, it really is as simple as putting in a keyword and a city. So if you wanted to look for a, let's say, let's be a little more specific. Let's say, if you want to look for a bankruptcy attorney in Dallas, and you click find leads, and then this is going to start the process of doing research. Once you do this, you leave your computer alone and you don't do much with it for like an hour or two, depending upon your connection speed, because what it's going to do is it's going to go out and research a total of about 200 of the best connections it can find when searching for a bankruptcy attorney in Dallas, Texas. I'm not going to let it finish. I'm just going to let it go through the process a little bit here so you can kind of see what it starts to pull up. And I'll show you how to save those leads and what you can do with them. You'll leave all these little boxes here checked for the most part. Occasionally turning off something like the deal sites, it'll make it go faster. For something like an attorney, they're not going to run a deal site. A deal site is something like Groupon or Living Social, where they run a promotion. It's really great for restaurants sometimes. Spend $20 to get $40 worth of meal credit or something like that. But of course, an attorney usually isn't going to offer a promotion like that. I'm certain you probably could find ways to incorporate that. Get your auditing done at a quarter of the cost with Smith, Jones, and whoever else, LLC. The rest of the stuff though is fine because it'll let you know some information about it. It is a pretty robust platform. It's not nearly as good as returning emails as I would like it to be. I don't know who Rich is. We'll see. So this is the first one. It's already returned. I haven't cut the time down or anything, so it's already returned one, and it'll usually return the first 5 to 8 will be on the front page, because that's where it's starting. It's the front page of Google, so they're going to all be listed as maps. It'll tell you their citations, their categories, what their score is, the total number of reviews they have, if they have any bad reviews, and it'll actually list the bad reviews, which is kind of a neat feature. They obviously don't have much, no images, no video, no nothing. Here's the deal sites. They do have a website which you can view by clicking here. You can resize these if you want to. I wouldn't play with them too much because it makes this little tiny interface very unwieldy. But that's there, so you can actually click on that and it'll bring up their web page here. So they have a pretty simple web page. Obviously not mobile responsive, but not ugly by any means. So got this little pop-up. Oh, and it's found another one. BLJ Law. Let's see if it gave me an email. So yeah, these look like this is at least a generic one. I don't know who Rich would be. Maybe he's the owner of Reister Law. I have my doubts. We can actually go back to their website and check. If they give us the option. Oh, well, there he is. Quite a smiley fellow. So, that's cool. I suspect he understands the importance of getting on the front page. It looks like he's got some internet marketing experts on his side. And I think they're doing a pretty good job if he's in the very top of the search engine. So, that's not too bad. There's still a lot of room for improvement here, of course. But not bad. So there we go. So there's 4 out of 3. Of course, this isn't info. This is questions. These are all going to go to a generic box. But and so it's going to start telling you what category they're listed under: bankruptcy services, legal services, secondary categories. There we go. Google scores 0, 0, 0. Google reviews 3. I'll let you know how many bad reviews they have. You can actually read the bad review. This gets interesting if they have multiple bad reviews, because what I'll show you is the message leads option will let you literally insert those right in. So a number of backlinks. These are things that influence how their website appears online, where it ranks. Nobody's doing PPC here. So they have a Google Plus page, Facebook page for some of them. How many people like their page? How many people are actively talking about anything on their page? So everyone here is doing pretty poorly, but they're attorneys, so what are you going to do? Alright, that's enough to kind of get an idea for it. I'm going to stop it there. This will go to 200 every single time. And the only thing I won't be able to show you, because I don't want to wait for 2 hours for this to do this, is the select all feature. We'll select the first 75. And that's important because you can only select, and this is a silly cap that they just need to get rid of in my opinion, but you can only select 75 leads at a time. So you do this, it'll select the first 75 leads, leaving the remaining 125 unselected. And so when it's time to save them, what you'll do is you'll highlight this, and you'll go to, I'm going to leave this, oh there we go, okay. Click Save Selected, and I'm just going to put these on my desktop. I'm just going to delete them, and I'll just call this, where are we? Dallas BK Bankruptcy Attorney 1, and save it as a CSV or comma separated value file, which is an Excel file. And as soon as you saved it, you'll delete the selected and everything else will shift up. So this one just popped in there, which is actually kind of nice. So then you uncheck this and recheck this, and it'll do the next 75. And then you'll save those selected as Dallas BKAT 2. And then you'll delete selected, and then this will have populated more. It'll kind of give you an idea of how far it's got to go. So it's only done 4% in the 5 minutes I've been sitting here waiting already, and it's found a total of 8 leads. It will go up to 200, so if you give it time, it'll go all the way there. You can sort it by clicking on these little areas. Of course, you won't see this now because I just deleted all of those, but you can actually have it sort these by clicking on what's here. You can actually filter things as well, which I don't use this very often because I would much rather just have all 200 leads and then manually sort them on my own later in an Excel file. And that's why we do this particular thing. So once you've downloaded all 200 leads, you've got them in some Excel files, you'll go to your desktop wherever you saved them. And so we'll open this one up, and then open this one up, and you'll literally just highlight everything that needs to be highlighted. Don't worry about that top row, but everything else there, and you'll Control-C to copy, or you can right click and copy or cut, whatever you prefer, and then go to the other one. I've got a few windows open, and just Control-V will paste it right in there usually. Not today, of course. Bam, just like that. And so eventually you'll have like 200 there, if you let it go the whole way. And you can sort in this as well, but it gives you your headings up here at the top. That's the important part, because that's what you can use to sort things by. When you are sorting in an Excel spreadsheet, all you do, there's all these tabs up here at the top, right? You want to go to data, and you just go to sort, and you can choose. Oops. You want to make sure you're not just choosing one row. So you want to choose basically the whole table, or leave everything unchecked potentially. But so you come over here to sort, and it'll say, oh, this is your headers, so we'll not worry about the headers. And then it'll sort all this data. And you can sort by just about anything you want. So if we're looking for bad Google reviews, we can sort by bad Google reviews. You know, from Z to A would be biggest to littlest. A to Z would be littlest to biggest. And so there's your Google bad Google reviews. There's only one bad one on here right now, so it's not as impressive. But you could search by Google score. You know, send messages to all the zeros or whatnot. You could sort by email, and then you can actually like take all the ones that didn't have email and cut them, and you can make another tab down here and paste them in there. And that way you know that these are all people will have to contact either by phone or manually, or do research, as I've taught you in the past, to find out if we can figure out what their email address would be. If you do this, I recommend copying this first line right here and then pasting it in. You right click on the number 1 over here and then insert copied cells, and it shifts everything down. So anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I'm not going to worry about saving it because it's like 5 leads. No, I don't want to save this. Go away. And then I'm going to pull up, I have some other files saved. So I'm going to come over here, I'm going to stop. So it's pulled up a few more. We're up to like 12 total. And a couple more negative reviews. Sometimes these are funny. I do not see how anyone could give this place a good review. So, you know, those are things that are really going to bother them. So we may want to target some of these people, especially if they give us an email, which this one doesn't. But we may want to target them for a reputation campaign. So I'm going to reset this. I'm going to come over here to, and when it's done, it'll actually pop up a box, kind of like that thing that just popped up. It says process complete or something like that. So we come over to message leads. This is actually a really cool thing. The first thing you're going to do is set up an email profile. I gave you your login information for Christopher at hundredsofcustomers.com. It basically looks like this. So you'll put in STMP is mail.hundredsofcustomers.com. Your port will be 26. The email address will be Justin at or it would be Christopher at hundredsofcustomers.com. And then your password is whatever I sent you. I think it was something like Justin is cool ! Because, you know, you should type that on a regular basis, to be quite honest. Once you put it in here, it'll remember it though, which is kind of cool. And then you can come over here to the email, and I'll have you working on these more in the future. And what I may wind up doing is having you send them in my name, or send them as you know, sales at hundredsofcustomers.com or something like that. But anyway, or just as Christopher at gmail.com or whatever. So the first thing you'll do is you'll click to import a spreadsheet, and this is pretty small, but we'll just use this. And it's already got the fields here and everything else. So you can actually then, I have some templates saved. I'm not going to worry about those right now. We're going to call this terrible attorneys, right? Sender name, Justin West, email, hundreds of customers, reply to email. This is just in case you want them to send the email somewhere else. So for instance, you could do Christopher at hundredsofcustomers.com, but then the reply to email would be Justin at hundredsofcustomers.com, or possibly support or sales or whatever. And then so you can do something here. And these are all tags, and these tags all correspond to, I just shut these down of course, but they all correspond to those headers that you were looking at a minute ago on here. And so you can actually literally use these, you know, did you see company names bad reviews, and it'll populate, did you see Reister Law Firm's bad reviews, did you see 214bankruptcy.com's bad reviews. Some of these look really weird. Of course, it'll say, did you see Mark Ian Agee Attorney at Law's bad reviews? But you know, so be it. And you definitely want to make sure that the spreadsheet that you upload is filtered in such a way that it's only ones with bad reviews, because of course what we're going to wind up doing here is, and I'll show you what it'll look like if you do it wrong. Did you see company names bad reviews? Dear owner's first name, I was looking for a first category in city and I found company name. I was shocked when I saw I feel like this screen could be bigger here. I was shocked when I saw Google bad reviews number. This will tell you how many numbers they have, or how many bad reviews they have. Bad reviews on Google. They said things like, and then here, I don't have to give me the quote option anymore. You can just arrow over Google bad reviews. Arrow back over. You can read them yourself on your Google Plus page, which is here. And then I believe it's this one. Oh, or maybe it's this one. We'll see. One of those will be right, one of those will be wrong. We can help get the full something. We can work on the wording, but we want to help you fix this situation. Let me know that you got this, and I'll send you a comprehensive report for free that shows you how you look online. I don't love this, but so be it. I'm going to turn off tracking emails right now. I'm not going to actually send anything. Sincerely, Justin West, 740-521-4546. Justin at hundreds, or you could just do www.hundredsofcustomers.com. Highlight that and click this little link button here. No, click this little link button here and turn that into a hyperlink if it'll let me. Anyway, this is the basic gist of it. There we go. You just put down here the address you want it to go to. Click OK. And then you can basically click save and send, and it'll start going. Never do that right away, because what you want to do is hit preview, and this will actually show you. It'll auto-populate roughly what it's going to look like. Dear Sam, I was looking for a bankruptcy attorney in Dallas, and I found Reister Law Firm. I was shocked when I saw, and here's where you want to make sure you're filtering correctly, 0 bad reviews. They said things like blank. So that certainly reads like we're sending an automated mail. Part of the genius behind Lead Kahuna is it has the ability, if you prune your data correctly, to send messages that look. Oh yeah, there we go. So that first Google listing is just whether or not they're listed on Google. The second one is their actual Google Plus page. So I'll have to remember that. But one of these had a negative review. So let me. I thought one of them did. Well, shoot. Oh. Shoot. Let me import a different spreadsheet, because this won't change things. Desktop. Let's see here. We'll just do Kansas City attorneys. And now we'll preview. There's 24. So let me scroll through here. Some of these will definitely have. There we go. I was looking for a tax attorney in Kansas City, and I found McLean, DeHart, and Rosenberg PC. I was shocked when I found one bad review on Google. They said things like, I would look for another returning, no help at all, etc., etc. And the other thing, you may even want to filter out if they only have one bad review, because of course the English is going to sound funny if you're writing one bad review versus you had multiple bad reviews. So I would normally filter out anyone who only has one bad review, but you'll still have in any city for any niche a handful of people that you can find an email for that are going to have, 3 to 10 to 20 bad reviews. Let's see here. I might have already filtered some of these lists, so a lot of them don't actually have negative reviews. There's only 24 in that one. Restaurants. Let me try this one. Preview. Look closed to me. Ugh. I was shocked when I found one bad review. It said things like, had the idea for the advertising place was a high-end restaurant, but instead it's very disappointed. So there we go. So it gives you, and here's actually an example. This one here is actually two different reviews, I think. So it actually gives us. I saw 2 bad reviews on Google, 3 bad reviews. These are actually in order of numbers too. So as we scroll down, there's a lot of bad reviews. I saw 9 bad reviews. I thought I just saw it said 22 bad reviews. Oh nope, there it is. 22 bad reviews on Google. It said things like triple, very bad service. Waitress was rude, and they overcharged me $652. My bill was only $10 when I called to report the problem. So this is American Restaurants in Houston, and found Benji's Restaurant. Anyway, so it's pretty cool. And when you're done, you can click the send button, and you can make a very generic template, kind of like this. And this is only sending to the 62 leads that actually had email addresses. From all those spreadsheets that I imported, you can basically just send them right out, which is kind of cool. So again, the long part is actually the finding the leads part, and then pruning the message, pruning the list down, and making sure you actually have the emails, and then just working on copywriting. I've had some fair success with this. It just takes a long time, and sometimes I don't use it nearly as much as I should, but it is a very powerful tool, and I guarantee you, if you use it pretty regularly, you will have some really good success with it. So if you have any questions, you know how to reach me, but that's the basic gist of setting up and running a Lead Kahuna campaign. I'm going to get this uploaded, and hopefully you can watch it soon.